Well, I hope you'll pardon that brief interruption. My cell phone ran out of storage partway through the video. Went back and just deleted like, I don't know, 1,500 photos. It's probably for the best. Felt good in a weird way. I left off reading Salad Tuesday. Last night they canceled a poetry reading at Sacred Profane, which made me frown on Caitlin's couch. We ate meatless burritos at Aaron's sleek dining room table and listened to Seal in between bites of sour cream. I wanted to tell you that all I wanted to do was sit at the corner of the bar with you, holding your hand. I love hearing about how all of your old loves failed. It's like I arrived at the station at the appointed hour, after everyone else had missed the train. I wanted to be alone with you, but nobody will yield. I sit home now, eating salad with feta, thinking you can be my shield. Next one's called Fathers of America, Hug Your Daughters. Fathers of America, hug your daughters before they run into the arms of another, more brutal lover who was never kissed by his mother. He tells your daughter that she can never be with another, how she is worthless and will find no lover. Her only role is at home, as a mother. O fathers, golden are your daughters, yet her worth is made by another. For you never showed her the way you loved her, never demonstrated it with her mother. Yet it is never too late to hug her and tell her she is the most beautiful girl in the world. Next poem's called Possessed Vision. Only the poet who has learned the ruins of Odin can see the dead fairies floating in the rotten Androscoggin, or a writer that left the portal open. Men thought paper was more important than magic, money more important than bathing in cold water rushing. To see their pale, broken bodies on the rocks like cracked porcelain dolls haunts the waking mind. I walk to escape the ghosts living under the wooden staircase, yet I still stop to watch, to see if I can see their wings still fluttering. Such flutters never come. This is how the world looks now. I'll only tell the artist what I've seen. Something about how every time someone says fairies aren't real, another one dies. I think pollution does the trick. Show me a river without a dead fairy and no man has named it. Tahine on the rim. Saying goodbye to you was the easy part. Espolone with tahine, not salt. Pale margaritas float into my heart. I'll watch the Frenchmen cry at their basketball loss and pretend school will never start. Iodine, vinegar, penicillin. You're not some infection I'm dealing with. It's the feeling that you're still watching me. Some mosaic buried beneath the hardwood, eyes only I can see. Nobody wants to talk about the hardest part. Trying to restart gets harder every time. I'm happy to move on the way you did. Tell the bartender I want tahine on the rim. Next one's called First Day of School, or the Batch of Redemption. He said it was the last batch he'd ever cook in Lewiston, Maine. The kids were away for their first day, big trays of meth in the condemned house. Then we'd get out of this place. He said we'd take the money and buy us a used silver Mercedes, speed through the White Mountains with a carton full of camels and more Patron than JJ's funeral. I know we can get out of this mess. The world is wider than a Walmart, and I want to see every aisle. But boom! The smoke poured through, covering the high school in its vapors. The last thing she saw was his face melted and the Kangamangas boiling. Next one is called Only Child. Last one, Full Possession. Full Possession. This one, more of a memory. I would sit there in the sandbox all alone, father washing the car, listening to Van Halen on the radio. The smell of car soap and hose water on the hot pavement. Next to the green barn, the rhubarb would grow in sour arrangements. I would dig holes and follow black ants through hidden burrows and pull worms out of the soil. I watched as the praying mantis moved through the green grass slow. When I kicked over a stump, the centipede slithered into depths unknown. All night I was haunted by its segmented beauty. I held my black bear and stared at the nightlight. I saw the silhouettes of pincers. Mandibles wriggled across the white walls. I dreamed of subterranean worlds. I told my father and he got me a book on bugs. Images of purple beetles and moths with eyes on their backs. I bought an ant farm and filled it with hapless arthropods. Pupae gathered from cracks in the street and driveway biome. It was a graveyard of intrigue. I was now a scientist, as well as an executioner. For some stubborn reason, I never mail-ordered the ant queen. Just kept putting ants in, wondering why they never thrived. It was confusing and slightly disturbed my young mind. I told my father I wanted to be an entomologist. Then my worlds would thrive. I was a precocious reader and now an avid hunter, fearless with my small hands and plastic tools. How does the story end? Why does the passion burn out? I was a lonely only child with bad eyesight. The isolation and death gave me doubt. Next one's called Siege. It must hurt holding all that hate inside, like a prolonged siege in medieval China. To make a point, you cannibalize those who are closest to you. Burn all those fields of terrace rice, spiraling around your mountainside mind, just to show that you are justified in how you feel. All of Manchuria to the beaches of Bali weep into wooden bowls, surrounded by the smoke of sandalwood incense. But you want to take the whole damn continent with you, just so one person would understand how much pain they've caused you. It's called Oh Michael, written for Tom and Timothy Meehan's father, Michael Meehan. You should have seen us in your woods. The work you carved out day after day became our escape. The music was great and the company even better. Timothy still appears with tears in his eyes when I mention your name. He still feels like you were ripped away too soon. It was that shit he breathed in Vietnam, he said, that led to your cancerous death. Your widow sang old Irish folk songs with her 95-year-old mother, and I listened to tales of adventurous love. Michael, your legacy imprints itself somewhere between the heart and the mind. I'll call it your soul. Your family still cries. I couldn't help but smile, remembering you coming to our campfire for just a puff of the green stuff, and all of us shutting up to listen. Kind of reads nice. She got him, Finally, we are all so happy. This is somebody at Me and Fest having a good time. By the dark stage in the woods, she told me that she loves him, has wanted him for years. Now finally she can rest her blonde head on his shoulders and feel the world go quiet, like reaching a summit and dropping your pack. She said love is like a weight off your perception. You can forage for shaga at the top of the birches, see the hidden places that were always there, appreciate purple mushrooms off the path, the creek bubbling. If only we could all be so lucky. He was the trail, and now I'm on stage. Next one's called Salisbury Beach Eyes for a concert my Uncle Al played. Shout out to Limbo Cage. Limbo Cage! Let's fucking go. These guys rock. Be with you, girl, like being low. Salisbury Beach Eyes.